What up? What up? What up? It's Justin, and we are back with another episode of the CHH-ish podcast. And we are going live today with Gifted Hands. And if you don't know the story of Gifted Hands, you need to keep it locked here because his story is amazing, super inspirational. He's an artist that, despite disabilities that he has, it does not stop him from doing what he's called to do and making incredibly dope music. So, let us wait for Gifted Hands to join. Let me actually invite him to join. All right, let's see. How's everybody doing? Can you hear me? The volume good? This is episode 5. All right, let's see. Is Gifted Hands in here? This is the CHH-ish podcast. I am Justin. This is the 5th episode. We've had Monster Tarver. We've had Hurt. We've had Michael Caparelli. We've had Sis and Lil Bro. Oh, here we go. What up, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. It's a dope Wednesday. It's a good Wednesday. Man, I didn't realize that I realized I pressed the button to invite you,
Yeah.
and then as I'm like exiting, you were like already there. And I was like, oh crap, here he is. Like I wasn't even, you were just right in front of my face.
Yeah.
But man, it's good to meet you in person. I've been following your story for a little bit, and I was like, yo, I gotta get this guy on. We gotta
Thank
talk
you
to him.
for having me, man.
And this is kind of the perfect show for it because CHH-ish, it's like Christian hip hop ish, and that's kind of what you are, like kind of ish, but you got some other stuff going on.
Yeah. I mean, like, I started out, like, just doing Christian hip hop, like, when we were younger, like, when I first started out doing music. And then, like a long, like, probably, like, a year or two in it, I was praying and I was like, Lord, because when I was doing it as like a 16-year-old, I thought that every song I did like had to be like Jesus, Jesus, Jesus,
Yeah,
Jesus, Jesus. And it felt more like I was pushing rather than like Jesus is a gentleman. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
he's like patient, like he's not like forced onto people.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I prayed and God told me like I can create like this music and he'll put the message in it. Like God is my ghostwriter. I tell everybody that. Like
Dope.
so, whether people try to put me in a box of Christian hip hop or whatever, just know that God is my ghostwriter. And any song that I have that you hear, it's from Him. Like because I don't know how I write the songs that I write. Like I know the process of writing a song, but like I don't know how I end up with the songs that I
And,
have. You know what I'm
and the results are there. So you've heard correctly,
saying?
obviously. Um, so that was actually one of the things I wanted to ask you, like what was that transition like? But you kind of explained that where it's just like you were almost trying to find that like Jesus quota, like
Yeah, it's just
how many
like
how many gods or references
how
to the Bible could I
many
throw?
times can I say
Over?
Jesus? It was like, but like God is real life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
God is in our everyday life, like that we go through, and so the messages that He has me say in the music is purposely like for people. Like if you listen closely, you can hear scripture in my songs.
Yeah, and all anyone would have to do is come to your Instagram page and just watch you talking
Just
about things, and
just listen.
it's quite evident.
God
Um,
flows through me in my music, man.
yes, for sure. And I wanted to ask you, since this is Rapzilla, since we cover exclusively Christian hip hop, and you're kind of ish, uh, who are who are some of the artists from Christian hip hop that you like or listen to, or have you spoken to anybody, just through your page or through socials?
Yo, Child Like CC is super
Yep,
dope. Um, I just started following this guy. It was like Zonti.
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 Yep,
Yo, he's dope. Uh, what like D1?
D1. Someone just dropped his name in the
Yeah,
comments. D1.
yeah,
D1's the man.
yeah. So like, yeah, I've been seeing a lot of like different people like on Instagram within the past like year or
Yeah,
so, and it's like it's super dope to me because back when I was like doing like when I before I transitioned to like just doing the music that I make, and I was just doing like Christian hip hop, like back then like Christian hip hop was corny.
yeah,
Like it was like not something that like was, you know what I'm saying? Like it was
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, here we go. But now it's like it's super dope. Like just to hear like people are dope with it and spreading the word. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's a totally new ball
Yeah,
game, and I think it takes skill. And then you could even understand this too. It takes skill to talk about positive things and not have to like swear or talk about
yeah.
crazy things in your
It
music.
takes a lot of skill and to not be corny at
Yeah,
the same time.
yeah,
like to not be like, oh wow, great job, like great job, pat on the back type of music.
right.
It's like yo, this is really dope.
Yeah, the skill is definitely there. So I know you started rapping at age 12.
Yeah,
So what was it around then that you were like, hey, I think I could do this. Like I'm pretty good at
it
this.
wasn't me. It was my big
Okay.
brother. He had made. He was making beats. Like he's like 2 years older than me.
Okay.
So he was making beats on our Apple Mac computer. We had GarageBand.
I've been there.
Yeah,
Yep.
so
Garage
he
band.
he
Yep.
was making beats on GarageBand, and he had wrote something and was like, "Can you rap this?" And then like from there, I just started rapping. It wasn't until I was 15 that I started writing for
Right.
myself. Like all from like 12 to 15, he was writing, and I was rapping what he was
Okay.
writing.
I got you. So one of the things I read about you, you had trouble finding yourself, and
Yeah,
you were getting into lots of trouble in school. Then you had that performance at your god sister's party, right? The
yeah,
album release party that transformed your life. So, can you describe that feeling of like you performed, people are clapping, you get off, I don't know if it was a stage or wherever it was, that
yeah. It was like the
performing
pulpit.
area, and then you just said, "Whoa, like this is it." Like what was that moment like when you had that like light switch?
Man, it was so deep to me because the story that you're talking about, I had like like a few days prior to
Hmm.
having that performance, I was in my living room where I had a moment with God, and I had told God like you're gonna have to show me why I'm
Right.
here, like because I don't know why I'm here, or like I can't figure out why every time I look around people have things that I don't, like hands, you know what I'm saying, like, and it feels like I don't belong. It feels like I'm the only one who needs help, and I can't live the way I want to live. So you're gonna have to show me like a purpose in all of this, because
Yeah.
I don't know like how to continue on if I don't know why I'm here or whatever. And so I had that moment prior to that performance. And so but that night I ended up crying myself to sleep. Then when I had the performance, it wasn't until the standing ovation that I had
Hmm.
gotten, um that was like it clicked, that like that click was like, this is why you're here.
Yeah.
This is why I have you here. It's not um just to make a fool of you. I didn't create you without arms just so you can be embarrassed in front of the whole world. It's like, son, I've given you a gift. Like what I've given you, no one else has. I've given that specifically to
Yeah.
you. I've taken something from you, right? I created you without things that other people have, but I've also given you something that no one else has. Use it. And it was that moment when everybody stood up that he was just like, see? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and it was great to have that at a young age, because I had no idea how I would live. Like, I couldn't think of like living all the way to like 30, 40, whatever, because it was like pain. You know what I'm saying? Like it hurt to wake up in the morning and not think that I would ever belong, you know? And going through that at an early age is crazy, man.
Yeah, because I saw saw that you had said like you didn't think you were gonna live past 25.
Even
So
that, like,
so I was wondering if there was a specific reason, or is it because you just didn't think like
oh
mentally
no,
it was gonna live
was
that?
a it was an article. There was an article. I don't remember where I saw it or whatever, but there was an article that said black men don't live past the age
Oh
of 25.
wow.
And
Okay.
was like 16 when I read that, and it's just like subconsciously, like all the decisions I started making was like, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not gonna live. Like, even after like knowing my purpose, it's still like that article was still in my mind. It was like, okay, like knowing my purpose was like, okay, I don't have to act out to fit in,
Hmm.
right? But like with the article in my mind, it was still like, okay, like I can not misbehave or whatever, but like I still am not gonna live. Like, so there's no reason to plan a life or to. It was just, man, it was a lot. It was a lot at one time,
Yeah, it
man.
was just more adversity thrown on top of
Yeah,
everything you're already dealing with, right? So you know, you're describing those couple of days leading up to that moment where it's just like you didn't know if you can go on. Like I
yeah,
read somewhere you said it was your wit's end.
yeah.
Now, when you cry yourself to sleep, you do the performance, and then that next day, now that you've realized your purpose, like what are those next couple of days, weeks like? Like that shift in your brain that was just like, did you just like, all right, I got it now? Like like what was yeah,
I
describe
mean,
I guess like how long it took, that whole process and everything.
like, okay, so I don't really remember like home, but I remember school. Like, I remember like going to school and realizing like, yo, I don't have to be like a class clown no more. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, cause God gave me a gift that I can use, and okay, class is not the time to be rapping, right? But it's
Yeah.
like maybe during lunch or something, or maybe like, but I know I have a purpose, and it wasn't like I understood it, but like when you're one way, it takes a minute for you to like
Yeah.
adjust. Like,
It's a habit.
but
You got to
yeah,
form a
like
habit.
to get out of the habit of doing whatever you do, because as a like a high schooler or whatever, when you're around like peers or whatever, you want to like be who you've always been
Yeah.
with those people. And so, like, I was known as the person who made jokes and who disrupted class and walked out of class and all that stuff. So it was, it took some time to get out of that. Like, probably about like another year, I'd say, because it was just a while for me to just be like, okay, cool, just relax, just calm down. Like, nobody's gonna judge you for turning your life around and like doing the right thing or any of that. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, you could tell that you have like a good sense of humor and everything too, because even like, Gifted Hands is obviously a
Yeah.
play on that. You have a song called "Look Ma, No Hands," right? And something like that. So,
Well, Gifted Hands was given to
right,
me back in 2012, and that's the same year I had the moment with God. Same year I had the standing ovation, but it was given to me that year. I didn't understand why then, but like God had showed me over time that like I have hands.
yeah,
That
they just
like
look good.
every time like I'm speaking, every time I'm rapping, singing, writing a song, sending a message to someone, like these hands that God has gifted me with reaches people all around the world.
Yeah, and I saw you England, New Zealand, right, Australia, parts of
Man, there's so
Europe.
many countries. I just saw like in my comments, I saw Zambia. I just recently saw Namibia. I just saw like South Sudan, Mozambique. I mean, I'm seeing like a lot of people in a lot of places that are being helped and being healed just from the purpose and the music that God has blessed me with. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and are there prospects of you like being booked there or traveling to those places, or are
Man,
you
I hope.
still
What y'all doing? What's up? What y'all doing? What's up? Like, I haven't heard anything, but I like that'll be
okay?
dope.
So if you're watching this and you can book him somewhere in Africa or Australia or
What we
wherever it
doing?
might be,
What
just
we
hit him
doing?
DMs.
Huh?
He
What we
answers
doing?
he answers pretty quickly considering the amount of followers he's got. All right. So let's talk about some of those rapping sessions that I'm seeing on your Instagram where you're spelling out words, you
Oh,
your first, second, third letters.
yeah.
Bro, how how do you come up with that? And how long does it take to actually write that and memorize it and get that
Okay,
all together?
so the one with the first, second, and third letter, that took a week.
Okay. And that's nonstop. Pretty much you're working
And
on that
nah,
the
it was
whole week.
just like Monday I work on this, or like like set hours, like Monday for like a couple of hours, Tuesday for a couple of hours. Like I was sitting at a juice bar, We Care juice bar, and just sitting in there and writing it for like probably, let's say I was there from like 2 to 5 on Monday, and then I was there from like 2 to 4 on Tuesday. Like it was just like broken up on the days, but yeah, I didn't. It didn't took like a whole like however many hours are in a week. It just took like a couple hours each day.
That's a
But
flex though. Those
it
are
was
juice bar bars,
yeah,
man. Juice bar
it was
bars, that's a
like
flex.
it was only an idea. Like I knew that with God nothing shall be impossible, right? So it was like I had already done the first letter of every line when I did the High Off Life in the platform like in 2022. But I also did the first letter of every line when I was like, I don't even remember what year it was. It was like 2015 or whatever. But I did it for like the to try out for like the BT Hip Hop Awards or whatever thing. Like yeah, I did the first letter all the way back then. So it was just like, I want to do something new. It was like let me do this first, second, and third letter. And I had no idea how I would accomplish that. I just knew that God is my ghostwriter. And if I like say something, I know I can do it because God gives me each word.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot of times when people will attempt stuff like that, like it's kind of like a gimmick or it's like, oh, look what I could do. But like, and as you were mentioning before, like it might be corny. It totally was not corny. Like you, you lit that thing up, man.
Yeah,
Um,
man. It's like because there's no time. I mean, like, okay, there's not really any time for me to like just do music just because. If
yeah.
I've known since I was 16, if I've known that this is my purpose, there's no time for like, oh, like this is just another. There is no just another anything. It has to always be a breath of fresh air. It has to always
Yeah.
be like powerful, purposeful, positive, and timeless. Somebody has to get something from it. Otherwise, what am I doing it for? Like I have no time to just lollygag in music.
No, you're just
Yeah,
going for it. Like you know your purpose, right? So it's just why wouldn't I just keep working on that, right?
yeah. And I think like for the next time I do it, because I'm gonna do it again. I think I might do just the second letter of every line, or just like the third letter of every line, just cause.
Man, that's crazy. All right. So now the other big thing, as a Virginia boy, what was it like to connect with Timbaland, and how did that come about? Yeah, well, start there. How did that whole thing come about?
Someone had told me that he goes live on TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and so I had went on TikTok and submitted like the thing for like $50 when it was like, yo, you're gonna get guaranteed to be
Yeah,
played or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
And so yeah, I went up there and like I almost didn't stay because it was like how TikTok be glitchy, like like lives be glitchy or whatever. I almost
yeah,
didn't stay because it was glitchy. But then it was like we're inviting you into the live, and like so I had got up there, and I thought that Timbaland already heard of me or whatever because like I went viral for the first time in 2022,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and so like when all these people from all these other countries said that they heard about me, I'm thinking like the people from Virginia have got to know me,
Oh,
like.
everybody knows you.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, like, come on, the people from. So I'm thinking like he already knew me or whatever, but he was like, yeah, where you from or whatever. And like, why y'all keep making why y'all kids these days be making so much sad music? And I was like, man, have you seen me? he was like, he was like, man, I'm gonna go check out your page. And he was like, he was like, yo, everybody gotta check out his page right now. And he was like, man, you a testimony, you a gift. And it was like super dope, you know what I'm saying? Like it was super dope because um he's a legend, you know?
Yeah,
He's a legend. So it was super dope just to have that moment, that like that experience, and then uh going to Miami and doing the whole interview. That was super dope.
yeah, yeah. It's Timbaland's doing some good stuff there because there's actually a Christian rap artist named Isaac Mather who he has Tourette's and he gets like the tics where he can't control like his voice and like his movements. And Timbaland went live with him, and he was like floored
Oh, that's
with
dope.
Isaac. So they had like a good connection there. So like Timbaland's kind of like finding the people who need to be found,
Yeah,
which is super dope.
that's super dope, man.
And I saw you open up his interview doing your own
Yeah.
song, and he's adding his little
Pick up,
signature,
pick
yep, his little
up.
signature like Timbaland like ad libs and different stuff in there. So does that mean that there could be an opportunity for further collaboration with
I
him in the future?
I mean, you never know. You never know.
Mm, I don't.
Look, y'all want me to say it on live? It's crazy. You want me
All right, so I
to-
think by his response, y'all gotta just be like, I'm gonna wait. I'm
you
gonna
know.
wait, but it's a strong possibility that
You never know.
he didn't say it though. He
Uh,
didn't,
man.
he
What are
didn't say
you?
it, but I have a feeling if you follow him,
All you gotta
you
do
won't be
is
disappointed.
all you gotta do is stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay tuned because it's just like most of the things that happen. Like, because even when the interview with Timbaland happened, I didn't post about it till we posted about it. Like, I'd never like talked about it or whatever. It was just it was something that like
Oh
we posted.
man, that's gotta
like
be hard. That's gotta
like
be hard to do something like
I
that.
mean it's like for like all of this stuff that happens, it's like it's never like for me, it's never like a I'm grateful, but it's never like a thing that I'm like really struck over because more so I'm into looking into like the messages that
Yeah,
people are sending me, like or the purpose of it all. Like if I'm doing something with this person, making sure that something positive comes out of it. Like somebody somewhere is
yeah,
getting helped. You know what I'm saying? Like
absolutely.
somebody somewhere is going to hear this, see this, and be like, I can do this too, or like this is what I needed to hear, and like that's what I'm really in it for. Like so, all like the stuff with the superstars, with wherever I go, whatever country, whatever state, like that stuff is very exciting. It's very cool. Like I'm grateful for it, but it's just like it can never overshadow the purpose of it all.
Yeah, that's dope, man. And you know, not to put you on the spot, but is there like a particular like message or conversation that you've had with someone who follows you that really like that's like the number one thing that like sticks out to you?
I mean, like every message that people send me, like, cause a lot of people really like. There are a lot of people around the world who have messaged me and just letting me know that they haven't had like safe spaces,
Hmm.
like safe spaces to be themselves, safe spaces to just like grow and not be like the people who they're known to be. Like
Yeah,
it's a lot of people who are hurting and who just need to hear that somebody's there for
yeah,
them, or that like you can start from where you are, you can start over, like all of that stuff. So it's not like one message, but like all the messages that people send me are in my head, like
yeah,
because that's the reason why I'm so grounded in like making sure I'm like focused on the purpose, like why nothing can overshadow it, like or why I don't get like too like excited about anything because it's like I really am purpose to be present with people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really here to like extend my gifted hands.
Yeah. No, that's amazing, man. And can you maybe talk about some of the work like outside of music that you're doing? Like you have speaking engagements. Like, would you ever think of doing a book? Like, how about some
I'm
of these?
thinking, I'm thinking about doing the book, but like most times, cause I'm always thinking like, do I have enough?
I think
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like I don't want to sell a book just cause I'm gifted hands.
well,
like,
well, someone
like,
said, why not start? Someone said it in the comments. So
yeah,
you set yourself up.
yeah. It's like I've thought about it, but it's like most of the things that I would say in a book, like I'm saying it in the interviews. I'm saying it like to people when I see them. It's like there's nothing new that I will put in the book that I haven't already said. So most of the time, I'm just like I'm going back and forth with,
You're still writing
I don't know.
you're still writing your story too.
Yeah,
Your book is still ongoing.
it's man, it's gonna keep going, man.
And what about like speaking engagements or, some other things maybe not music related? Like have you been getting those opportunities?
Yeah, like here and there,
Okay.
not like very frequently, but I'm definitely look like I'm interested in speaking. I've never really up until like probably a year or two ago. Like I've never really been interested in speaking. I've always just wanted to like um just do music and perform because like that's what I'm most comfortable with. But I realize that a lot of people want to hear me talk.
Yeah.
like because they get something from me talking and not like I just be like like just hear the music. But like now I'm like I'm open to it, but I'm definitely speaking at schools.
No, man, definitely that's like your superpower.
Yeah.
You're talking, you're capturing, you're engaging people. Even the video I just watched you running into the ocean in the freezing cold. Like, but that was like it was entertaining, but
yeah.
like you also were able to convey a message like
Yeah.
super easy, and then kind of put your the
Yeah.
your money where
That's
your
for
mouth
the
is,
polar plunge.
and you
Yeah.
like so you're doing that polar plunge twice because you kind of already did it,
Yeah.
and then
I
you're gonna
already
go do it again.
and I did it for the first time last year. It's super dope just to like be out there. Like, also, yeah, the Special Olympics is a really like huge thing that I'm a part of. Like, cause I've performed for like the past 2 years with them,
Oh,
and
awesome.
just performing with like just being in the building with the athletes and the families, seeing everybody just happy to be there, man. It's like no other feeling like that, man.
Yeah, and it kind of feels like you're among peers
Yeah,
too, right? 'Cause it's
it's
finally,
really dope.
it's people that are in similar situations
Yeah.
to you or like situations where they've been dealing with things like, hey, I don't belong here. I don't fit in. And that's a whole place where everybody is fitting
And
in. It's got to be an amazing
it's
feeling,
so beautiful. It's so beautiful, man. It's so beautiful just to be there.
man. That's so dope. So what are some of your goals for the next few years? Because I know you're kind of slow moving, but then the last couple of years have really kind of like taken off, right? So like, do you have like a sort of like 2, 3, 4 year plan for yourself?
um, I really like my goal is to meet my fans in person, wherever they are, all around the
Yeah,
world, whatever country. Uh, whether is that's for like performing for them, or to just like meet and greets, like just hug them and like just tell them, like just talk to them, and like I definitely want to perform for festivals, like Rolling Loud, Coachella, like whatever big festivals there are, and I want to get into like sync licensing.
yep. There's a lot
That's
of
gonna
stuff
be,
there.
yeah, that's gonna be like super dope. And like all around, I really just want to live, man. It's like I really want to live. like I want to live, and I want to inspire other people to live.
I mean, you can't have a more noble cause than that. Uh, um, I mean, we kind of like flew through this, but it was like super
yeah,
efficient.
yeah.
The stories were good. Like you answered 10 questions
Oh,
already.
that's dope.
You know, usually I'm on here and just people just keep talking and talking. And we're up here like an hour, but you're like pounding through.
Yeah, man. We gotta get to it, man.
I mean, you're efficient. You said you got no time to waste, right? You're moving. I gotta make music. I gotta keep going. So,
Everything.
I mean, is there anything else to add, or you think that we should talk about? Like, plus,
Uh,
what's important?
okay. Ooh,
Besides
y'all,
Timbaland. Besides
y'all.
Timbaland.
The first ever album is coming out this year. This year, I will be dropping my first album ever. And the name of the album is Childhood Trauma.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm going to give you guys the music that I think will help um, anyone dealing with childhood trauma as an adult and the children who are going through things if they're able to listen to the music. I believe that this music is going to heal people, wherever they are along their journey of whatever trauma that they're dealing with. So please stay tuned. I'm gonna end up creating a like a broadcast channel
Mhm.
on Instagram. I'm gonna create one of those, and I'm gonna have everybody like in the broadcast channel, and I'm gonna show you like updates and everything, and be looking for the first album ever from Gifted Hands called Childhood Trauma.
Do we have a release date or like a release area?
I say nah, I can't say. I can't say it.
Ah, we were
I
so
can't say.
close. Everyone, we were so close.
We were
I,
so close. I can't say
I
yet.
almost got him. I almost got him.
No, but I think that whoever listens to this music and really listens, like I really hope it helps. Because like I said, I don't do music just to do music. Like I don't just write songs just to, like this is the most vulnerable you'll ever hear me. This is the deepest I have dug to come out with these songs, and it hurts to write these songs. It hurts to record these songs, and so I hope somebody somewhere gets something from it, and it's gonna go as big as God wants it to go. You know.
Yeah.
Um, Other than that, all I can say is God is real. God is great. You do the work and you keep the faith.
Oh, bars, always bars. All right. Where, besides being, on your Instagram right now, where can people follow you, listen to your music, all that?
All of my social media is I'm Gifted Hands. That's I am, not I am. I'm Gifted Hands. And on any streaming platform, you can just type in Gifted Hands. I mean, except for SoundCloud. Why y'all like SoundCloud so much?
Leave sound. Get sound. Here.
I get a lot of people that ask me like, do I upload my music to SoundCloud? And I'm like, no, I don't. But like, I have music on Audio Mac though.
That's because they're not trying to pay for streaming
Oh,
services. That's probably
that's what that
because
is.
SoundCloud's free if you got the music there.
Oh snap! Yeah, I ain't know what that was. Like, cause I have a lot of people that like ask me that, but I'm on Audio Mac and I'm on like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, like all that type of stuff. But not SoundCloud. You can just type in Gifted Hands on all those, and on all social media, it's I'm Gifted Hands. I have a Twitter, I have a TikTok, I have a Facebook, and I have an Instagram. I have a YouTube. It's just I'm Gifted Hands on all those.
You'll find him. Trust me.
Yeah.
Look him up. You'll find him. You will see. You will see. All right, man. So that's it. I appreciate you. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yo, please keep us at Rapzilla like aware of what's going on. We'd love to keep covering you and
Absolutely.
supporting you in any way that we can, man.
Yes, sir.
And for everybody that's watching this now, if you missed any parts of it or you want to watch it again, right after we get off, I'm gonna upload it right onto the page so you can rewatch it. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube. We're gonna cut it up into clips and everything. So This is not the last that you will see of Gifted Hands on Rapzilla. We got a lot coming now, just based off
Yeah,
this interview. But
yeah.
hey, my brother, thank you. It was so nice to meet you. Great to talk to you, and I
Thank you
appreciate
very
you.
much,
I
man.
appreciate you taking the time, man.
Thank you. And God bless all y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes. All right, man. Have a good night.
You
All right,
too.
peace. All right, everyone. That was Gifted Hands. My name is Justin. This is the CHH-ish podcast. If you want to rewatch this, it's going to be up on the page right now. Right now, I'm going to put it in there. If for whatever reason you thought I did a good job, you can follow me below. If I could actually spell while I'm doing this. But yes, follow Rapzilla. Again, this will be on YouTube. This will be everywhere. Follow Gifted Hands. Listen to his music. And I will see you all next Wednesday. I'm not sure who the guest is going to be, but our previous guests were Monster Tarver, former WWE wrestler, now rapper. We had Hurt RPH, who almost went to prison for about 15 years and got out of that. We had Michael Ciparelli, who did an interview with a serial killer and wrote a book about it. We had Sis and Lil Bro, who are doing amazing things and appearing on TV. And then, of course, today we had Gifted Hands. So again, I'm Justin. I will see you all next week. Peace.